I don't think anybody's expecting anything earth-shattering either. I think the world really wants something crazy from Apple, but they continue to just innovate and move the ball forward rather than, I don't know what people expect a phone's going to do. It's still going to be a phone. It's still going to be the size of an index card, and it's still going to be a computer really rather than a phone.
Exactly. So what's going to be, whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be enough for people to want one. And I mean, I look at sporting events now, wherever you are, and if they take a shot of the crowd, every person has an iPhone and they're pointing it at the event. It's just, there's no one that, and even me, if I send a text message to someone and the answer comes back green, I'm like, who are you? What is this? You don't have an iPhone, you don't have, it's not blue. So they don't need to do anything earth-shattering to maintain dominance, I don't think.
I don't think they need to do anything earth-shattering to maintain dominance on the high end where people pay their bills and spend a lot on phones. I think what they really want to do is continue to build out the rest of the product line. So Internet of Things devices like Apple TV, as the world moves to streaming television, certainly in the car eventually, but those kind of projects are still 5, 8, 9, 10 years down the road. They really need to build out more devices to get people onto the service platform, and then they stay. It's a bit of a roach motel. Once you go in, you never leave. And I think you're right. When somebody sends me a green text, I'm a little surprised, and I know that it might not get back to them.
Yeah, it's like, what's wrong with you? No, that's too much of an endorsement, obviously, for Apple. I guess I'd like, to not have to put in a password and have face sensors. But I'm just wondering, what's going to, is there anything that people are going to say wow about with the introductions?
I think it's going to be hard to say that there's anything wow about the iPhone. iOS 12, which is really what you're buying, right? The device itself is just running an operating system. And if that operating system has already been telegraphed, on the iPad side, a Face ID-powered iPad, maybe a Face ID-powered laptop, because at the end of the day, making it easier for people to use and buy things and do things and watch things is what they want. And getting rid of passwords, which I think is the bane of human existence, is really what the world is heading, strong after. And then maybe add a little bit of cybersecurity concerns to that. And Face ID might be a really powerful platform for a lot of their devices.
For a long time, Apple seems to I wouldn't say it trades at a discount necessarily to a market multiple, but it certainly doesn't trade like a high-flying tech multiple. And I guess some of the concern about new products as part of it, but it's still cheap. You'd still buy the stock here because of just purely based on the multiple and relative to its peers.
Yeah, well, I think what Apple's been able to do is when they had a product that generated tons and tons of excess cash, they've reinvested that cash both on the product itself and other areas of their business. The world is littered with technologies that went away, like the BlackBerry, like Motorola's share of the cell phone market, like Nokia's share of the cell phone operating system market. But Apple's been smart about it. And so I think that they continue to create what's next, where everybody else just milked a cash cow until it was gone. Joe, you've talked a lot recently about market capitalization and how other companies sped to $1 trillion and then failed and went back to 200, 300, 400, billion dollars in market cap, where Apple probably has legs because they have other products that they've been developing all along.